We have Kitten. Hi. Hi. She's biting me. She likes to bite, but she doesn't bite hard. And we have our coffee right there, and we have some markers. I think we're all set. Well, hello there. It's the Sketch Monkey here with a brand new Hey, it's the Sketch Monkey here with a brand new video for you. And in this video, we're gonna tackle something interesting. We're gonna tackle vans, because it's something I usually don't sketch. I sketched it a couple of times, I guess, side views, but you know, I feel like this year is the year of pushing myself, trying to sketch new things, not only cars. And I'm gonna document all of that for you. So we're gonna sketch different kinds of products that I've never sketched before, fail a few times, maybe we get a few successes, we'll see, I guess. But the point is to just keep on learning. So we got this is actually the last sketch that I did. Should I fill it up down here with a van, or I'm just gonna start with a new sheet of paper, and it looks like this is actually the last page of this sketchbook. It is. So I know what I'm doing later today. Going out to get myself a new sketchbook, I guess. Let's take a moment and see what we've done here in this sketchbook. Let's see what we got. It's so many sketches. So much sketches. Well, that's some weird stuff. We got some vans or trucks, doodles. I don't know if you can see this. Let's move it over here. Speed forms. Bikes are always fun to sketch. A chair in the middle of everything. Vacuum. Ugly Mustang. Looks like I like to sketch cars. That's what I take from this. Well, yeah, you can see. I think this is only from, I would say, the last 6 months or something like that. Probably. I do sketch a lot, in case you didn't know. Well, let's get into the topic of the day, which is vans. So, I would argue that there are 3 kinds of vans. There is the American style van, and there is the European style, and then there is the Asian style. And I'm gonna try to show you the differences between them all. Let's start with the American style van, like a GMC or a Chevy or one of those Ford E series. So the American style vans, for me, let's see how we should actually do it like this. So we have 3 different types here. The American style, I would say, what sets that apart is, let's see, what are the wheelbases for a van? Actually, I think vans probably have a lot of smaller wheels than a regular car. Let's see, I got some references here. So I don't mess up 100%. They do have smaller wheels, and the American style vans looks like they have a higher ride height. So they're kind of like off-road type vans, I would say, because the ride height is so high that you can take it anywhere. And they also have, hold on a second. I can't sketch and talk at the same time. I can, but not when I'm sketching things I don't know, so. Let's see, something like that, I guess. Actually, the overhang is more like that. So first of all, let's think about what is the purpose of a van. It's obviously to load a lot of stuff in it. And I guess you can have 2 seats in the front. You can maybe have 3 if you know, squeeze it together. But the main purpose of a van is obviously to carry a lot of stuff. So the American style, let's just put AM up here. American style like that. The the thing that I see with these vans is that they have a higher ride height. So the ride height is this height right here, from the baseline or the bottom of the van to the ground. And they also, another thing that American vans typically have is they have some sort of hood. So we have the A-pillar starting right above the front wheel. And then they have a little bit of a hood. I always wondered when I saw this when I was a kid. And they looked like this, and then they had like V8 on the side. I was like, how the heck do they fit a V8 under there? And I still haven't actually looked underneath the hood of one of these, so I still don't know. Because this space right here is so tight. And then they just smack a V8 in there. You know, American style, they gotta have a V8, of course. So it's kind of a cool engineering feat, I guess. Let's put out the far side wheel as well. This since it's the last page of this sketchbook, it kind of feels there is a lot more friction to it because this is the underlay, so it's not another sheet of paper under here. So I kind of like it. It feels good. It gives it some more, some more feel to the lines. Let's see, we can make it, cut it off like that. And usually they have all these generic bumpers that all come from this guy who owns the Jacksonville Jaguars, the football team, in case you didn't know. This is like completely off topic, but it just popped up in my head now, so I might as well share it. I saw a documentary about this businessman. He was an exchange student from, I think Pakistan, not 100% sure. But he came here, I think 70s or something like that, and he looked around and he saw that all the cars, the trucks and the vans, they kind of looked the same. They had the same functionality, so since they were functional cars and vehicles, they didn't have a lot of styling to them. So what he thought is, hey, since these all look the same, I'm gonna start a company making bumpers for those type of vehicles. So he started creating bumpers, generic bumpers, you know, just a single mold, and just pumping them out and just have them fit the width of the trucks and the vans that were on the road at that time. And that of course saved the company, the car manufacturers, a lot of money, because they could use the same bumper for a lot of different types of vehicles. And that's how he became a billionaire, and is now the owner of a football team. So that's just some knowledge that you might have not known, and pretty cool stuff. It's a cool story. If you can find the documentary, I recommend you check it out. So this is a typical American style van, in my opinion. You got the ride height. Let's see how the door goes here. Something like that, like just straight down. And you got the steel wheels. No styling here. I appreciate that because I love sketching wheels, as you know. So let's just make them like that. We can add some line weight just to put some effort into this side view, I guess. There we go. Add some shading to it. We can add some interior bits as well. I think we should probably be able to see the front. Maybe not that much. Something like that. The windshield, or the windscreen, or whatever you call it. Depending on where we are in the world. Sometimes I say words in English and my wife corrects me. but it's the correct word in British English, and I kind of combine them both. Whatever word just pops up first, that's what I'm gonna use. Then we have an indicator right here. And we have some lights up here. Bam, look at that. And a cut line. And then we can go into details, you know, how to add some line weight. We can add some spokes. We can add whatever we want to this. Let's just make them very simple wheels. Like cop car wheels. So if you happen to run over a curb, it's not a big deal because they're all steel. They won't bend. I just can't leave the wheels like this. I have to fill them out. Let's do the same in the back. And then we're gonna jump into either Asian or European style vans. I'm gonna go back and put some more effort into this sketch later, but I'm gonna speed that up because I'm not gonna have a lot to say about that. That's just details. One more thing. One final thing right here. Okay, let's jump into the next type of van, which will be the European style van. Now, the European style van, usually, for the most part, they're not as big as the American or Asian, especially American style vans. They're kind of, you take a normal car and you just make it into a van, if that makes sense. So think about the Renault Kangoo, for example. They're very tiny. Or here I have a Nissan NV200 commercial van. So the thing with these vans is they have super tiny wheels, and the ride height is a lot lower. And I don't think the loading capacity is the same as an American van. So I'm gonna try and sketch that right here. Tiny wheels like this. And we have a lot more of a slope from the front part going up there. So these are pretty much only commercial vans. These are not like family vans or something like that. And they have more styling to them as well, as I can see from what I can see right here. So they have some fun with their vans in Europe. A little bit more rounded shape, I would say. Let's get this ride height down. So this is like a French or maybe Italian type van. You have the whole cargo area back here. You have some lines going like this. I'm looking at a Nissan NV200 right now. And we have some styling in the front part, the window. Looks something like that. And then you have this kink here. Bam. You have some sliding doors. and some graphics in the body of the car. So yeah, I would say they have more fun with their vans in both Europe and Asia. I mean, American vans are basically just a box on wheels. They don't even try to make it look interesting. And then we have the headlights, almost like a normal car. Something like that, I guess. And you know, the bumpers for these type of cars are usually just black plastic because they're gonna bump into stuff. You know, it's not a styling feature, it's more of a everything about these cars are just function. So let's just add some black plastic to this European van here. Same thing here, I'm gonna add the far side wheels. And there we go, we have our European style van. Let's add some rear lights to it as well. Something like that. All parts from the leftover bin in the car design department. So that I would say is a European style van. Low ride height as well. I mean, compared to the American style. Smaller wheels, more of a just a lower height overall. More of a just a regular personal car with a big loading area. We do put some rims on this, so it looks like it has some aluminum rims. I'm not gonna put like 22 inches on this, although it's very tempting, but let's try to be reasonable this time, I guess. Put out some 5-spoke wheel design or something. Look at that. Look at those rims. All right, so that's that I would say Euro. So let's put EU like that. So finally, the Asian style vans. So the specifics about that is that you basically sit and drive in front of the car. You sit very far ahead, pretty much over the front axle, and that would look something like this. Let's see if we got a good image of an Asian van here. What is this? They're not pretty, that's for sure. What do we have? Avis rental fleet. No, Toyota Hiace. That's a good one. Let's Google that one. Classic. Oh Lord. It's not a beauty. So the wheelbase for this one is super tight. And extremely ugly. Ride height is pretty much the same as a European one. Overhangs front and rear is extremely big. And same in the back, we have a big overhang in the back. It's kind of interesting how different parts of the world have such different ways of designing different kinds of vehicles. I think the biggest difference here is definitely from American to Asian, because they're completely different types of packages. And you have the front window right here. And the door, can't really tell. It goes like this. Just cuts into the wheel like that. So beauty. It's a piece of art, this thing. So the engine, obviously, I actually rented one of these when I was in Australia. We rented this for, I think it was, we were there for a month. It was called a camper van in Australia. So we had, it wasn't a loading van, it wasn't a commercial use. So we had the windows, and we had all the, in the back was basically a small apartment. So we had a bed, a stove, do some cooking and stuff. It was a lot of fun. But it was weird just sitting on top of the engine and just driving it like that. And especially when you're driving on the what is it, the right side. You have the steering wheel on the right side. I thought that was gonna be super awkward to do, but you actually got used to it after an hour or so. It's not that hard to get used to. But I think that actually might have been a Toyota Hiace, because it looked exactly like this. Just adding some line weight to these. Not a lot of styling. It has some. It's like the designers like, please let us do one styling feature on this car, and what they did, from what I can see, is just added a line that goes like that. And I think they were grateful for that little feature. Then the rear lights. The most simplistic rear lights you ever find in the car world. Looks like that. Then you have a block of plastic down here. And this whole front part, plastic, black plastic, and a rectangular headlight. Fantastic. What a design. Easy to sketch though, so. Oh. I messed that up a little bit. It's fine. Let's make these like that. Like American style. American racing style rims on this Asian van. It's kind of hard to sketch in the sketchbook because it's so high off the table. So if I have my hand here, the pen is so much higher than I'm used to if I just have the paper on the desk itself. So it's kind of weird to sketch on this. Just adding some line weight to the rims, and I think we are done. I'm gonna add more details to each one of these. And if you want to stick around for that, you're welcome to do that. I hope you got a understanding of the different types of vans in this sketch. It was a lot of fun to do this. I've never done it before. And this actually has some weird cut line up here, going across like that. Now let's put Asian like that. So that's about it. I'm gonna go in and put some more effort into each one of these, and I'm gonna record it as well. I'm gonna speed it up. And that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. Take it easy, guys.